Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Girl Boo Podcast with me as your host, Jade Cabrya. What's up, y'all? Welcome to my side of the internet. If you are new here, I'm Jade Cabrya. If you are OG but Giddy subscriber, supporter, welcome back and thank you for tuning in to another episode. Whoa, child, where have I been, baby? I know it's been like a month. Has it been over a month that I've talked to you guys? I'm not sure if it's been over a month or not. But I will say I have been gone for a very good reason. Yeah, October 3rd was the last time y'all heard anything from me. And that's not cool. That's not okay. So I just kind of want to do like a recap before I get into what we get into today. So where have I been? First of all, baby, I've been in mommy mode. That's every day. Okay. My baby birthday was in September. All I cared about was her first birthday party, making sure that was together. I felt like after that, I needed some time to recoup. Unintentionally, I just kind of disappeared, which I need to start like actually planning time for that instead of just like going ghost how I normally do. Um, yeah, birthday. Then it's that time of the year. We were both sick. Oh my God, RSV, the viral infections. Halloween was not fun for us. It's just that time of year. You know what I'm saying? And we needed to bounce back. So I feel like we bounced back. And moving on with life. Also, your girl got a promotion. Okay, yes, insert clap, applause. Yeah, we're doing that. So I got a promotion with my company. You guys don't know, I am in the tech industry, Black women in tech. Yes, ma'am, I am one of those. And I reached like this point where I was like kind of confused with what I should be doing. I mean, with life and like just like my career path, I went back and forth so many times. Like, I don't want to do this no more. I tried to quit so many times. And let me tell y'all, I'm so glad I did not quit. I'm glad that I weathered all of those storms. This is the longest job I have ever had. Next year will be my 4th year with the company, which is insane to think about. Because a lot of people do not last that long. And I mean, we all know, well, if you don't know, how the tech industry is. Thank you, God, myself and my little group of people, we were able to survive the layoffs. My company had like 4 really big layoffs since March. So thank you, God, that we are still here. And I got promoted. Actually, the day it was going to be announced, like in our town hall, that I got promoted, along with others. Of course, I wasn't the only one. We found out that a lot of people got fired that same morning. So I think just kind of going through that and just really count your blessings. You know what I'm saying? I kind of had to just deal with that. My training class was 7 weeks. I had to be on camera at 8 in the morning, every goddamn morning. Y'all, that was so hard. I ain't even gonna hold you. Me and my baby, we had like a good schedule to where she was getting up at like 6:30. I would get up, work out, do my morning mental routine. We had a nice little routine and we just really got off track. I can say these last, I want to say 2 to 3 months have been so off. And I had training from 8 to 1 o'clock every single day with like 5-minute breaks here and there. So it was a lot. Big shout out to my mama, big shout out to my grandma, because there was no way I was going to be able to do my training class without their help. They had to be here with the baby. And, I'm just grateful. I'm very grateful. And we finally got through that, thankfully. So yeah, that's been going on. I got a promotion. I officially started. Actually, next week I would have been in my position for a month technically, but I only started 2 weeks ago. Like this past week was technically my second week. I was still in training when I officially started. So yeah, we love that, you know. And if y'all want like more of like an in-depth on that and tech and kind of that business corporate talk, we can get into that as well. But yeah, so that's been going on. Something else I was working on but I have paused, finding a space. I know it might not seem like it, but I do listen to y'all a lot. Like when it comes to y'all suggestions. And ever since I announced this podcast, I have gotten people who want to be guests. I already had a list of guests that I already had lined up months before I even launched the podcast. You guys have sent topic ideas, advice letters that I think I've responded to all of them by now. Um, and I have been paying attention to all of that. I'm not ignoring you guys. Production is just so goddamn expensive. It's expensive, and I think that was like the one thing holding me back in the past, not want to cough up that coin for a production budget. And that's why I'm filming in my beauty room. This is my beauty room. If you guys are watching the visual, but if you're listening, I film in my beauty room, and I've been visiting, inquiring different podcast spaces. I want to say for like a month and a half. I've toured different spaces. And I just haven't found anything that I like. I'm going to be honest. Like the actual podcast, like dedicated spaces that I have toured, they just weren't given enough for me, or it just was too blah. You know what I mean? Um, And then like the cute, like girly spaces I've visited, they're not even really equipped to like have a podcast in there. Y'all don't understand the struggle. Like, but when you from a city like Scamlana, I can't even say like I'm surprised. Unfortunately, I'm disappointed, of course. But yeah, y'all, a lot of these podcast spaces that they are offering, I have visited some and I get there and I'm like, oh, this is nice. This is cute. Da da da. And they're like, oh yeah, but this isn't the actual podcast room. This is just for photo apps and da da da. And it's like, why do y'all have podcast themed photo booth rooms, but not actual podcast rooms? But I digress. I have a visual and I just have this vision in my head how I want my setup to look. It wasn't something that I was planning on really getting into, but I do have guests lined up and they are ready to go. I don't want to do like anything virtual where I have to like stream it through like YouTube or something like that. I want us to be in person. So yeah, because a lot of my guests are here in the same city as me. Now some aren't, and of course for those, maybe I'll go ahead and get some of those out the way. But I just have a certain vision, and with certain things, I cannot like act on that task until like it's playing out exactly how like I see it or close. But I am working on a podcast space. I'm working on some guests. I've heard you guys. So yeah, and yeah, I'm gonna just leave that at that. But yeah. So that's what's been going on. Just trying to get it together. Always just trying to get it together. But during these times where like unforeseen things happen, whether they're good, bad, I do want to get better at communicating, what's going on. So yeah. Now I'm in this season of like just getting back to it. I feel like I'm going through like some type of rebirth or like rediscovery of some sort. And it's crazy because, y'all, I have been so into like researching and things of that nature, which is good, but actually like seeing the definition of words lately has just been doing something different to me. I don't know why. Or I don't know if that makes sense or sounds crazy. But I was thinking the other day about like just this rebirth, you know what I mean? And it's crazy because I wrote my run sheet out before Meg the Stallion's Cobra single was released. And I love that song so much. I know there's a lot of controversy around it. A lot of people saying like, oh, the snake, the symbolism. I understood what the symbolism was, and she's shedding the old to get the new, and that's what I feel like I've just been going through lately. And I know I've been saying that so much, but y'all, when y'all go through like this transition period that I'm going through or something similar, like you would really feel like you constantly losing your mind to find your peace of mind again. And when I was thinking about rebirth, I was like, what does that actually mean? And it means the action of reappearing or starting to flourish or increase after a decline, revival, rediscovery, the action or process of discovering again something that was forgotten or ignored. I love both of these definitions so much because I feel like they both pinpoint exactly what I've been feeling these last couple of months. Like while becoming my dream girl, I've just been in like this rediscovery, rebirth process, and I've just been connecting back to my first love, which is art. And I know a lot of people don't know that, but I am an artist. Ever since I can remember, I would just draw on shit. I don't know how else to say it, but I got my ass beat all the time. Yes, mother, if you're listening to this, I am putting you out there. But rightfully so, because I could not keep my hands off her furniture or her walls. I don't know what it was, but like this blank space right here, yeah, stuff like this would not last in my mama's house growing up. It got to a point where I couldn't have like crayons or like color pencils, nothing like that, because I wouldn't stop drawing on stuff. I just always needed an outlet to express myself. And going through like the like childhood trauma I went through, it was just like the only type of outlet for me. And I feel like over the years, I have really lost that connection. I really have. Not even in a sense of like, y'all can't see them, but I just put canvases in my beauty room today that have been sitting in the closet for like 2 years. And I've just been getting back to the things that I find joy in. I feel like with social media, when you're creative, when you're an entrepreneur, just an overall entertainer of some sort, you get so wrapped around the idea of like pleasing everybody else or creating for everybody else to where you aren't even creating for yourself. That was a part of the reason why I shut down my graphic design business. If you guys are listening to me for the first time, my name is Jade Cabrya and I wear multiple hats. And I was a graphic designer after getting fired at the peak of the pandemic. And them people didn't want to give me no unemployment, no nothing. So I started doing graphics and I loved it. But I started doing graphics around the time where I started my own business, the Slay Society, which the OGs know. We're still here. We're coming back. We're revamping. And I feel like it was just taking so much of my creativity, trying to get other people to see it, whatever it is. And it just wasn't giving no more. Like, I felt like I was pulling teeth trying to get people to see different things, understand different things, and it was just taken away. I felt like me helping other people build their brands really killed my own brands and my brand and my businesses. And so now, while I do love doing graphics, I have stepped away. It is something I want to get back into, though. I'm not gonna lie. I love flyers. I love creating websites. I just love bringing visions to life. I'm into photography. all of the things. And me being on this new team that I'm on has really brought something out in me that I have not felt in so long. And I'm so grateful for this feeling, because not only do I have that time, but my team is so interested and they think I'm just such an interesting person, which I am. But I don't know, I guess I never sit back and think like, wow, I mean, I call myself multifaceted, but it's like, you really are. Like, girl, you really know how to do it all. And on Friday, well, I was off Friday, but Thursday, I can't remember what we were talking about, but my supervisor said something like, we need like a team GIF or something like that. And one of my colleagues was like, I guess he's like the tech savvy person on the team. And he was like, yeah, I don't know how to do that. Like, y'all are on y'all own. So I was telling them, well, what kind of, GIF do y'all want? GIF. I don't know however y'all say it. What kind do y'all want? Because I could do it. Like, I'm not doing anything after this meeting. And my supervisor, like, he just cut me off and he was like, wait, you know how to make a GIF? And I was like, yeah, I use Adobe Premiere and I've made GIFs on there before. And he was like, hold the fuck up. You know how to use Adobe Premiere? And so I'm looking in the Zoom camera confused, because I was like, yeah. Like, why is that bad? I don't know. The way he was just kind of saying it, it made me feel like, I don't know, like something was wrong. And he was like, okay, I'm sorry, guys. We have to pause. He was like, because now I have to hear this, because if you know how to work Adobe Premiere and you're paying for Adobe Premiere, you a talented ass motherfucker. And he said it to me just like this, I don't know, middle-aged white man, like, we're in this professional setting, and he was just so fascinated. And he was like, well, do you know how to work anything else? And I was like, yeah, I know how to use all of them. And he was like, wait a minute, you got the whole creative suite? I was like, yeah, I have everything. Photoshop, Audition, Premiere, InDesign, baby, Lightroom, all of it, like all of it. And that for me did something, because it's like, you know what? Bitch, you really are talented and you really be playing with yourself. And that's me to me. Like, you really be playing with yourself. And while I've been in this downtime trying to work things out behind the scenes, I have to remember to be in front of the scene too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just be behind the scenes, not saying nothing, not really communicating, then just popping out. I have to let y'all know what's going on behind the scenes as well. And I feel like as an artist, that's something I always struggle with. And I'm getting out of that, which I love for me, because I'm no longer looking for approval. You know what I mean? Like, as an artist, we're gonna put out a lot of shit that we don't like. And that's with anybody. You don't have a good day every single day. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like hairstylists, nail techs, hell, even me, retired makeup artist. I had bad days. I've done eyebrows a million times. I can't even tell you how many shades, the thickness, the just technique, I've done it every single way, every color, every product you can imagine. And there's still clients that I've had in the past that were not satisfied. Or even maybe I've looked at something and been like, well, damn, that don't look that good. Like, I really don't like that. Like, that happens and that's okay. But I love that I'm getting into this phase where I really don't give a fuck what people think. Okay? Because I've really just been in like this mood where I just don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Like, if I like it, I love it. Like, I don't care. If I like it and you hate it, that make me love it even more because you hate it. You know? Like, I don't know. I just feel like when it comes to putting out your shit, you just got to put it out there. Everybody not going to like it. Somebody gonna have something to say, but people always got stuff to say. Like, who cares? Who cares? At the end of the day, you cannot let people stop what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? Because even like for me to just, wrap back around to what I was saying in the beginning, if I would have gave up a long time ago on my job, I would not have gotten a $30,000 increase. Do y'all know how crazy that is to get a $30,000 increase? I still have my amazing benefits, unlimited PTO, all of the things that I was like, yearning for, I'm receiving because I waited, because I was patient. Even when I did get a little impatient, I was still patient. Even when I would get a little mad with God, I would pray for forgiveness. Like, please just help me out here. You know what I'm saying? I need a little help. I don't know what's going on. Like, give me a sign, something. Like, I need something. But what I'm basically saying is that the wait was worth it. It was worth it. We don't know what's going to be on the other side of the mountain. We just trying to get over the mountain. And I feel like we focus on what's on the other side so much to where you can't even get there. You can't even get there. And I listen, I'm one of those people. Like, I'm definitely one of those people. I used to focus so much on like the end result to where I ain't even did nothing. Like, why am I focused on the outcome so much? I ain't even did nothing. I ain't did nothing. I don't have a plan. I don't have no inventory, or I don't know, just nothing, like nothing. But I have this goal in my head, but I'm not doing nothing to work towards it. And the whole time I'm on my way towards this goal, towards climbing this mountain, getting over this mountain, complaining the whole time, just always having something to say. And I'm just very glad that I'm not there no more. I feel like after a while, you just get to this point where you either gonna do it or you're not. I just feel like you get to this point where you get tired of those limiting beliefs, or you get tired of things not going a certain way. And one of my managers, she actually like, I mean, and at first I thought maybe, she's kind of dragging it a little bit, but the more I talked to her, the more I was like, nah, she's right. Like, she's right. Like, I will never forget. She told me, like, I'm just so on go that I never just stop and smell the flowers. I never just stop and enjoy the moment, or realize like, wow, I really did just tackle that. I really did just do that. And she was right. I'm just so on go all the time that I don't take time to just celebrate my wins, even if it's small. Like, it still needs to be celebrated. Even if it was the most random thing, I'm going to celebrate my win. Like, she's absolutely right. And she was just saying like how I really took control of my career, my life. And she's right. Like, I just really got tired. Like, I was like, you know what? I was interviewing for stuff, y'all. I was not getting these jobs. One of them was out here, and they wanted somebody that was out here, and I still did not get it. Like, I remember thinking, like, I'm just gonna quit. Like, I'm just gonna quit. I'm gonna be done with this. Like, this about to be my third year. I'm still in the same position. I'm still in the help desk. I'm not moving up. Like, this is just not good. And I could have moved up, but I did not want to move up in the technical department or side of things. I wanted more so the business side, less technical. So I could have, but that wasn't what I wanted. And I just refused to lay down and take it. Like, I feel like, yes, my childhood trauma obviously traumatized the shit out of me. And I definitely wish that it was something that I did not have to go through. And I'm not glamorizing it. I'm not, I'm just listening to what I have to say, because I don't know. I don't even know how else to say it. But I feel like going through those things, I didn't have a choice but to grow through them. I did not have a choice. It was either I was going to be here and be sane, or I wasn't going to be here at all. And so for me, her saying that to me some weeks ago, I've just been thinking about those conversations, because we had several, and she's so right. Like, I am a very resilient person, and it's something that everybody really does not have. I'm not the type that can just lay down and take it. I felt like me going through my childhood trauma was me just laying down and taking it. And granted, I was a child. Whatever happened to me was not in my control. It wasn't my fault, any of that. But as a 28 year old woman, I'm not taking nothing. I'm not taking nothing. And I tell people all the time, like, life is going to eat you up and chew you up and spit you out if you do not fight back. I almost let negative thoughts, social media and whatever else trick me out my spot. Like, how I almost let them trick me out my spot. Like, if I would have been, oh yeah, fuck it, I got so many options. Let me just quit, go get a whole nother job, da da da. I have no idea how that would have went. And I'm so glad I did not do that. I'm so glad I did not do that. Because not only did I walk away with a promotion, I'm on a new team, more money, I have freedom now. I'm not stuck at my computer all day. These are things I used to pray about a year ago. I have freedom. I have more time to work on my businesses or even like my professional skills and just whatever. I'm even a goddamn coordinator to our Atlanta office now. I'm the event coordinator. Like, I went to a couple of events these last few months and I walked out the whole new coordinator because ours doesn't have the availability anymore. I say all that to say, like, you have no idea where this path or where that road you on is going to take you until you start walking. Okay. And that be a lot of our problems. We don't start walking. We be at we'll be at the start line and to sit here and be like, I gotta have this, I gotta have that, and I'm gonna give y'all the perfect example. When I started the Slay Society Cosmetics, baby, I didn't even have a job. I didn't even have a job. I told you I got fired. I didn't have a job. Started the brand. I didn't have no vision, no nothing, just vibes. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. And that works for some people, but some people it does not. And I was one of those people it did not work for. I didn't have no plan. I just had, I just want to make money. I just want to make money. I didn't know how. But instead of just going and trying different things, I sabotaged myself so much with my first year of business. It was ridiculous. And I would think like, oh, it don't look like this. So I can't show up. I can't go to that because I don't have this. I can't do this because I focused on what I didn't have so much to where I tricked myself out of my spot. That was 3 years ago. I would have been in my 3rd year of business this year if I just would have kept going. We talk ourselves out of so much. It's crazy. I done talked myself out of the money on. I got some money on, but I could have had some more if I want to talk myself out of it. And that happens every day, all day. Think about just the talks you have with yourself on a day-to-day basis. And so for me, I realized I had to start changing that. You know how many times I've started stuff and I have focused on what's on the other side of that shit so much to where I don't even start walking. I don't even start my destination. But when I was getting my promotion, baby, I was walking. I was applying all kind of shit, interviewing for shit I wasn't even qualified for. Pinging this person, hey, do you got 15 minutes to tell me what you do for this company? Hey, yeah, I met you at da da da, or hey, such and such told me. Girl, I was doing so much these last 2 months. This job was mine. Like, this role was mine. Could nobody tell me no different. I earned that because I just started. I didn't have an idea. Eventually, of course, once I was on my way. But, when you start out, you don't know. You just got to keep going towards the goal, whatever that goal is. And even if, let's say things with your goal change your path. You don't have to go up mountain A. You might got to go up mountain E. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like we focus so much on the outcome. We're not even embracing the journey. I learned so much while getting my promotion. I interviewed with so many people. I learned new things. I picked up new skills. It was like I said, roles I wasn't even qualified for, but I'm looking at different technical programs to possibly, learn a new skill, get a new cert, whatever the case may be. But I learned so much on that path, and so many more things became clear while I was walking. God started revealing so much to me. All I had to do was just start. He did the rest. And it's so true. It seemed like such a simple concept, but it's not. Once you just take one step forward, God gonna do the rest. But you gotta really take that step. You really gotta be about it. You gotta jump. You gotta take the leap. That's for any and everything. That's for any and everything. All you got to do is just start. We be so in our head about, oh, well, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't got that, blah, blah, blah. And girl, who cares? Just start the damn thing. And y'all know what? My mama used to tell me that all the time. Like, I guess like how fixated I was on like the small details or not having certain things. And I just remember she used to always just tell me like, girl, just do it. Like, you'll figure it out later, or it'll come to you later. And that is like one thing, looking back now that I'm almost 30, I wish I could go back to 18 so bad and listen to my mama when it comes to that. Because she was right. Like, she was right. So much of it was just like my mindset, my ability to not just take that first step. I feel like this message was all over the place. I was not even trying to go all the way there today, but that's just what's been going on, I just been leaping, taking these jumps of faith. And you have to, but you have to start. Even if you don't have a plan, you don't know how you're gonna pay for it, you don't know how you're gonna do it, you don't have no support, you don't have nothing. But the idea, oh baby, God gonna bring the vision to life. Trust me. Series coming up. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it, but I do plan on dropping the first episode next week. And it's basically going to be things that I wish that I told my younger self. I feel like this new season that I'm in, God wants me to talk a little more than I'm doing. And I do feel like the experiences that I've had as a woman can help other women. And I feel like we got stuff to talk about. So be sure to tune in. Be sure to watch the last episode number 4, I believe, is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and my YouTube channel at Jade Cabrya. And you can always watch on my website at www.jadecabrya. That is JADECABRYA.com. And I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, guys.